Right, so we're going to strip down this mag. Now if you've got punches like this, a hammer like this, a valve tool like this, picks like this, and a clamp like this, it's going to make your life a hell of a lot easier. If not, we'll use a couple of nails that I've cut the points off of, a pin, a small electrical screwdriver, and a bigger hammer. Right, so for the size nails that I'm going to be using, what you can do is just basically make sure that that nail is going to be slightly smaller than the pin you're trying to knock out, because you don't want to be jamming it in there. And then the same with this one. If you have got the means for measurements, that's just under 2mm for that pin or nail, and that's just under 2.5mm for that nail. Now all I've done is I've just cut the top off and then just ground the sharp edges off after cutting the top off. You can just hacksaw it off and then drag it along a piece of concrete to then take sharp edges off if you haven't got the means for grinding it off. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do, just make sure we've got no gas sitting in there. And then we're going to use a block of wood as well to help us out a little bit, and then just a little piece of wood underneath that to then help jack this up slightly. For knocking these pins out, what you want to do is have the bottom of the mag in your left hand, so then the top, where your feed lips are, in your right hand, and with the spring where your BBs go facing towards you. When you knock these pins out, they're going to have serrated edges on them. The serrated edges are on this side, so you want to knock it through that way. And it's not like they're in there really tight, so you only need to tap them lightly. That's that pin, and all we'll do is just wiggle the top off. And now you've got your feed lips and your little seal. Got your follower and spring. Now we'll carry on working our way down. The valve, if you haven't got a valve key, if you use an electrical screwdriver, so it's only a small one, you'll be able to get it into one of those grooves. Unfortunately, that doesn't go down low enough for you to be able to get a big screwdriver in. So at a pinch, if you needed to, you can do it this way. You're better off with a proper valve key though. You just unscrew it like that. So there we have the valve, and then inside is a spring. Now we'll go down to the fill valve. Again, you can use a screwdriver on this one, a little bit more so. You can still use an electrical screwdriver, just a slightly bigger head to it. And again, they're not in there majorly tight. And when you put them back in, you don't have to put them back in tight neither. So then your valve filling. Now go on to this bottom one, going to be the same thing again. You would be able to get away with the same size nail that you used for knocking out your feed lips, because again they're not in there majorly tight, and again knock them through the same way because of the serrated edges they've got on them. And then they've come through. And if you can't get a grip on them to pull them through, you just drop your nail in and give them a push, and they'll come out. Again, you can see this better on this one where it's got the serrated edges. So when you put them back in, you want to make sure you're putting them back in the same way as well. And we just get this bottom, and it'll just be a case of just wiggling it off, and that'll come off. The seal hasn't come out with this, so just stick your finger in there and you can pull the seal out, and then that is it. That is totally stripped. There's nothing else you can take off the main body. There's nothing else you can take off of the bottom. So what we'll do is we'll strip the valves